Well, he's had multiple concussions, but he had he had one. He had two last year, actually. We never really got the second one diagnosed because his injury was so much greater than the concussion. He actually broke. He fell off his bike, the second one, and he broke the bones here and here, crushed him. And so the worry was more about his brain, like not concussion. It was more like bleeding and then like bad brain injury, and also the structural plastic surgery issues. But I can just backtrack quickly. The first one was in a water polo game in San Diego, and I was fortunately there. And he got elbowed by a player who was an older player who was on a club team who's like 30, kind of rough and tumble guy. And it's a rough sport, but he immediately knew that he had a concussion. He got out, and I saw him go into the locker room, and the symptoms for him that time were he just started crying, and he's not an emotional guy. He was weeping, and he said he didn't black out, but he felt very dizzy, and so they checked him out and said, "Yeah, it looks like you have a concussion." And I took him to my car, and we kind of got some ice, and we just sat there quiet. And then we rested he might have spent the night in the hotel with me that night. And then he went back to Stanford and got like the concussion protocol, and that he was in their hands from that point on. He had to stay quiet for like 4 or 5 days. But the second time when he fell off the bike, I think he had a concussion, but he wasn't crying about the concussion. He was more crying about the fact that he had broken his face, I think. So, but he was so wrecked from the accident that it was really hard to tell what was what. It was like, what was the concussion and what was the big broken face? And so we really didn't address the concussion much the second time. But we did anyway, because I took him to a hotel and I took care of him for 2 days, and then we saw a doctor, and then I took him home for 3 weeks. So that was that.